Oof. All right. Let me know in the chat if everything sounds good. I know it all looks good. No, see, it's not. See, I knew it wasn't. I knew something was up.
Stuff on me all the time. You're with some bad all the time. Hear this? Boy, use the doodle for once in his damn life. What's up, everybody? I have the biggest of shows. Let me turn this thing down. I don't know what that sounds like for you guys. It's probably way too loud. We're going to turn that off. But yeah, I am excited. I've got a huge load of movie-related TikToks to get to and react to. I think some of them might be fun. I think some of them, you never know. Some of them, you never know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really watch them before I do. I realize, hey, this is something that is movie-related. Then I save it. Then I send it all to a big giant file and everything that you and I will watch here tonight. And, we'll just we'll riff along as things are going and make fun of some people. Probably clap for some other people as well. Cheer them on as well. Do me a big old giant favor and be like Alex over there in the chat and dropping one on us. We really appreciate you. And hit that like and subscribe button as always, because with that stuff, it is so silly. We are jumping up here really, really fast. We're approaching 500 away from getting up to 20,000 and everything. So we're on that quick road here and whatnot. I've been kind of pumping out some shorts equivalents and whatnot, and I think that's getting a lot more eyeballs on what we're kind of doing here, and hopefully that'll all kind of start feeding in and things as well. And that's what we're doing here. We're getting stuff that we can probably use for advertisements later. It's all kind of Ouroborosing itself together so we can have a good time. But we're gonna do all that good stuff. So like, subscribe, all that kind of good jazz. And if you're watching this after the fact, why don't you show up here live, man? Ring that notification bell and all that kind of good stuff so you know when we're going live, when we're dropping new videos. We do our main show live on Sunday evenings. Usually it's kind of been around 7:30-ish lately. That's kind of the vibe currently going. Will it be earlier at some point? Maybe, possibly, perhaps. I don't know. But that's why you can always be smart and like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification there. So when we are going live, whenever that is, if you're not a Patreon member or something like that, you know exactly when that's going to be because it pops up right there for you. Speaking of which, if you love us as much as I love you guys, go over to patreon.com/HMP. You get pre-show, post-show, Dinger Zone. I'm trying to think of a Dinger Zone for this week. We got maybe, okay. I'm spitballing for Dinger Zone ideas right now. If you've got one, let me know in the comment or in the chat here. Since it's a Pedro Pascal thing, right? And I think we are all on board with the idea that Pedro Pascal himself is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for here? Overexposed. He's a little bit overexposed, that guy. So we got plenty to choose from, I think. I want to say that perhaps we have our top 5 Pedro Pascal. I don't, maybe performances. Is performances too much, or do we need to just go for like the movie itself? Because I don't know that, like, what are his performances, to be quite honest? Wonder Woman 19, what was it, 87? But it could be better. That was a race to the bottom to see who was the worst actor in that movie, man. It was no bueno. So we'll just, before we get into the TikTok reaction, we're going to get to those quickly because I've got a lot of them. and I don't know how we're going to get through all of them, if we're not going to get through all of them, because that's also why I came in as late as I did, because I was like, listen, I've got a boatload of these, and I want them to. I had to hit the gym before the end of the evening and whatnot, so I went ahead, did all that ahead of time, and so now we're here. We're going to talk all those TikToks and stuff because I got an ass load of them, dude. Normally I have like about a half. I think I have like almost an hour's worth of these things, and that's just the video itself. My bull crap reaction stuff. Oh, Lord help us all. But before we get to that, let's talk about it, man. Old Ozzy died, dude. I said this on TikTok and on our YouTube shorts there and everything. Probably the least surprising news of all time. We're all big giant Ozzy fans. I don't know anybody who's just like, man, screw that guy. He's almost become like an irascible uncle over the years and everything. Just walking around ever since the Osbourne shows. He's been kind of puttering about and everything, doing like, and it's just been a fun little delight and everything. He's wormed our way into like much like Snoop Dogg. We don't see him as a villain anymore. He's more of a fun little caricature. That guy. And let me tell you something, man. What did they say? 17 days out after his last performance, the biggest thing ever. They got all the guys from Black Sabbath out back, and then there's all these other folks in there. This giant tribute to him. They got him sitting on this big old throne and everything. He's doing some singing because he can't, but he's sitting on the throne the entire time because he can't really do any walking or anything because he's got Parkinson's and things were going bad. But just to have everybody there and pouring out that kind of love to you on screen and everything, I think that's absolutely awesome, man. And I'm so glad that, like, I mean, the only way that it could have been, quote unquote, better was if he went to bed that night and was just done with it. 17 more days though to kind of bask in the glory and all the things of everybody, all the good things, all the good tidings that everybody was certainly bringing him during that. So just a big giant bucket of win for the life of Ozzy Osbourne, man. Just one of the greats. And I mean, we'd seen him kind of deteriorating in front of our eyes since the Osbournes. I mean, you saw him. I'm like, that was kind of the gag on the show, is that like, oh man, Ozzy's not doing too well. He's having a hard time. And like, that's almost 25 years ago, kids. That was a really, really long time. And so it's kind of been amazing that he's held on as long as he did and kept kind of singing and stuff to a limited degree. But then we got, right here at the end, the last little tribute and whatnot. What a hell of a way to go out, man. Him, like BB King went out like right at like, in his just a little bit after 80 and everything. He was playing up to the end. Chuck Berry, not too long ago, Chuck was playing all the way up until the end, man. That's a musician, man. That's just an awesome musician when you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to go out as big and best as I possibly can. And dude, gotta love it. So what I would recommend for any of you who haven't, that haven't seen it, a great Ozzy flick, or at least he's in it for about 5 seconds, but the flick itself is actually very, very fun. It's called Trick or Treat. I want to say this is from 1986. It's going to, like, they kind of trumpeted it as, especially in the DVD release way back in the day, they trumpeted this as Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne in Trick or Treat. Well, while that is true to a degree, they don't particularly star in this movie, right? So, so Gene Simmons is like a voice. He's just a voiceover of a record that kind of plays. Think of you've got a record, but instead of like a Ouija board, it's a record. The record plays backwards, but kind of works like a Ouija board where it tells him stuff, and he can communicate with the beyond and whatnot. Really cool idea. And so that's his role. And the guy who's reading the little kind of record / Ouija board is Skippy from Family Ties. That's right, Skippy from Family Ties absolutely loves metal. And so he's trying to bring back his favorite, singer from the dead here and everything, and that's real bad. But there's cutaways every now and then to a preacher being interviewed on television, and that preacher is played by Ozzy Osbourne. And it's really, really funny to just kind of, see Ozzy on screen and everything, just talking about like how, evil rock and roll music is and whatnot, and how, all these things are controlled by Satan and whatnot. It's just really, really funny stuff. He's having a great time doing it. And he's being interviewed by my weatherman, Larry Sprinkle. Let me see if I can find a good old picture here of Larry for everybody. Maybe I took that card out of here. Oh, well, yeah. There we go. There is my local weatherman who I used to work with at Channel 6 in Charlotte, North Carolina, Larry Sprinkle. Could you find a better name in weather than Larry Sprinkle? I don't think that you can. And you know what the funny part is Larry would never, whenever Larry's birthday would come around and whatnot, we do the same thing that, every office and stuff does during someone's birthday time. You bring a little cake, a little something like that. Oh, we got a cookie cake or some crap. So you do all of that and everything, but you would never, ever find out how old Larry Sprinkle was. Larry would never say. Old as the hills he was. I don't know. Is Larry still working? I haven't watched regular TV, and they haven't allowed me to work in news for well over a decade at this point. So, what are you going to do? But rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Check out Trick or Treat and his hilarious little kind of cameo role there and everything. If you haven't, it's super, super fun. Oh, man, you got to love the kick chats. I've only ever had one kick chatter that wasn't a bot, and he was like the best. The best, Jerry. The best. So if you oh, look, we got somebody on Twitch. That's nice. All right, cool. All right, boys and girls, let's get to it because we got a buttload of crap to work with here today. Let me make sure all of my audio and everything is still correct, so everything is recording properly. I do not want to get screwed up here. Okay, good. Because I'm repurposing all of this stuff for later. Let's go to here. And then we're going to go to here. All right. Well, every Tuesday, we go over to the land of TikTok, poke around, and find out what kind of movie bullcrap people are talking about. And then we bring it back here, talk about it, break it down a little bit, tell people that they're stupid, maybe laugh at a couple things, maybe even learn a little something. Let's find out, shall we? And what we got, TikTok reacts. Let's go. I left a little header there. Can you tell?
POV, that one feeling when you go to the cinema and you're alone.
And you're alone. What is this voice? I love it so. When you go to the cinema and you are alone, see?
That's my sister, so she doesn't fucking count. We bought the whole cinema.
That's very Bruce's Kids energy right there. I love that. Let me tell you something. A few things are. Oh my God, am I back? Oh, hell yeah. There you go. Now, I will say this. Because thank you. I want to see some chats up in this sucker tonight because we got a lot of things to talk about. Thank you for the little Leo emote there. Do you one of those, babe? Well, let me do that with a Mountain Dew Zero for you. I don't know why the voice I did sounded like an awful lot like Ernest P. Worrell. That was a weird one. Yeah, man. I like this kid. Nothing. I do love going to the movies by myself. It is super fun. When someone else is there, I had that for what the hell did I just watch? Whatever movie I just finished watching. Oh yeah, Eddington. It was me, and then there was like one guy that was like on the same kind of like right in the middle as I was, all the way at the back. And then like 20 minutes in, this old timer comes in, sits down, starts jingling his candy and whatever the hell, doing God. And I'm staring back at him. I'm giving him one of these. I'm like, what? Excuse me, what are we doing? Are you like? I am staring this son down, right? He just sits there the whole time. And then like he leaves he sits there for the majority of the movie at this point because it's a 2.5 hour flick. He walks in about 20 minutes late and then he leaves about 20 minutes early. People are psychopaths, dude. So yes, going to the movies alone is far better. It's like having your own giant private theater to yourself. What's next? All right, let's go.
I'm DeAndre Holmes, paranormal investigator.
All right, so I want to preface this because this isn't necessarily a movie TikTok per se. This is like a sketch. I just put this in here because like when I watched this sketch, I sent it to my buddy Ryan and I said, I would watch this movie. So, like, this guy does a whole lot of sketches and stuff like this, but this is like one of his characters. Tell me you wouldn't watch this movie.
And I ain't afraid of no bitch-ass ghosts. DeAndre Holmes, the ghost hunter. Man, I took down all the ghosts. Slimer. Bring your ass back here, Slimer. Casper. Ectoplasm head-ass bitch. The head.
I want to see this movie so bad.
Headless horseman. How you think that motherfucker get headless? I blew that some bitch out. You know I got my partner Mad Dog. He had my back in the street. I know he'll ghost up, Batman.
A ghost? I thought we was f***ing a ghost.
I got a tubby motherfucker in the van. Elon Musk, Ghostbuster mother. He handled all the nerdy tech shit that I can't pronounce.
Make all the ghost tech out here in the TAPS truck. Infrared ghost thermometers, triple soul combustion chambers. But they don't listen to me. They don't use any of my stuff. I make ghost guns that'll actually help them. DeAndre and Mad Dog just insist on using real guns and just shoot madly. I'm not trying to get shot again.
Well, amongst us isn't trying to get shot. That's all. I do like how it's just like a chubby white guy in the van. That's perfect. Today he be played by Emilio Estevez.
Mad Dog, you okay?
I hear the fucking guns. Stop using real guns.
Shut your fat ass up.
Stop shooting guns. We're gonna get charged for property damage again.
Ghost hunter, DeAndre. Come on, ghost Casper looking motherfucker. Come on, Casper. I handle all things paranormal. Exorcism.
Man, I done did this shit too many times. Hey, bro, hit this.
Ghost.
Listen, all I'm saying is we take the idea of this, right? Because like the jokes here are a little pedestrian, but like, what if we gave them to like the Wayans brothers or something, right? Let them get a hold of this. They're doing another scary movie, so they want to make films. They want to get out there. Let's help them out. Let's give them these guys.
Schizophrenic.
This is some really good weed.
Thanks, man.
What'd you say this was called?
Ghost Town Gorilla Ball. It's a sativa.
I even do seance. I need everybody to come around and hold hands. Actually, that shit gay. Just get close to each other. Shoulder to shoulder. Let me channel these ghosts. Man, white people believe anything.
This is true. Think about it. How many people that are hiring paranormal investigators are not white? I'm not saying that there aren't any. I'm just saying when we're taking an average, the person that's calling a paranormal investigator, that's a white person. I know my people.
Every ghost I catch, I charge them $5,000 plus gratuity. I hear them knocking. They knocking on the wall. Ooh, Beetlejuice was a bitch ass nigga.
I think I hear something over here. Ooh, bumble clock. Y'all hear that?
I think I'm hearing ghosts from other centuries. What? That's a ninja ghost. What?
I did not know how long this freaking sketch was.
Man, I was working this undercover ghost case for 10 damn years. And these meddling kids gonna get in my damn way.
See, there's another subplot that we didn't even know about. All the basic structures are there and everything. They just need like the Wayans or somebody like that to come in and you know, kind of polish it, make it nice and bright and smooth and everything. Don't hire Tyler Perry. He's going to come in on the cheap. He's going to make it seem super attractive and everything. He's going to promise you some back end, but that back end ain't never going to come. You know that.
Who is that? This is the end of the mystery.
You goddamn meddling motherfuckers that got in the way of my investigation. All right, Shaggy, give me the weed and everybody else off my crime scene, except Velma thick ass.
This idea was suggested by Raymond from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Thanks, Raymond from New Orleans, Louisiana, for the great idea. Hey, man, y'all want to suggest an idea? Mention H&P somewhere in there, and we'll, you know.
To suggest a job idea, go to hiredeandre.com.
Hiredeandre.com. Put that one in your resume, kids. All right, hold on. Before we get to this, I'm gonna tell you what happened here, right? First and foremost, I saw the Mortal Kombat 2 teaser trailer, the original one. Probably should have covered this at some point. We had the teaser trailer, which was basically a Johnny Cage trailer, a trailer for a Johnny Cage movie and everything, right? Which is very, very cool. Very, very cool. And so we got Carl Urban here as Johnny Cage. So then they dropped the full trailer on us. And again, I watched the full, I'm calling that the teaser trailer. It's the first trailer that comes out. I won't watch anything after that because this first one obviously did do the job. I like that last Mortal Kombat movie. I thought it was okay for what it was. It was the best Mortal Kombat movie we have had yet. Is that saying a lot? No, but it was nevertheless. And so when they were like, "Hey man, we're gonna bring on Urban here as Johnny Cage," I was just like, "Ooh, okay, baby, let's see what we got here." And it looks super fun. This new one, we threw that last kid away from the first film, which, good riddance as far as I can see. Listen, this is what we wanted in the first place, isn't it? I think a lot like Mortal Kombat 2, the video game, Mortal Kombat 2, the movie will be much in the same way. It's like, you know what? The first Mortal Kombat is good, but like it really came into its own in Mortal Kombat 2. I think everybody can agree with that. But I was flipping through TikTok, and I couldn't save this video proper. I couldn't, because there's a lot of them that you can go through and just hit a download button. It'll just download the thing right to your phone and whatnot. Since this was an ad, it didn't have that. So I was scrolling through it. As I was scrolling through, this is what I found. And so since I couldn't save the ad, I screen captured it and saved it right here. And I'm going to play it for you now. And when I'm playing it for you, what I want you to notice is how fucking stupid it is. This is ridiculous. This is so dumb. Just play me the trailer. Why you need to play me the trailer with your guys watching the trailer, giving the most false, phony. Let's watch it because you're going to have a heart attack, dude. This is how they decided to promote this movie on TikTok.
All right. There he is. You have been chosen to fight.
Are you coming or what?
What? 2 seconds in. What is this? What is this? Who is this supposed to attract? Show us this. Why do I care that the actors get to see themselves on screen and fake being excited? They know the camera's there. This isn't like a candid moment or something like that of you're just sitting them down in an office and it's a hidden camera or something like that. They're on a Zoom camera. They're right there just going like, "Hey, let's watch this thing." Whoa! You guys are more over the top than I am.
Go, Eddie, go!
And I swear to God, if anybody talk like this during trailers, I would smack the crap out of them. I'm not going to lie. Ugh.
Oh! Get that. Okay, nose fingers back.
Fuck that.
You dickheads in or what?
Whoa. Can you imagine? Can you imagine watching your own stuff and clapping that hard for something that you're in? Also, then knowing that someone on the not someone, tons of someone's on the internet are actually going to see that, and it's going to be plastered as part of the marketing campaign for your film. And this is what we choose. Yikes!
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Not the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. We shot that on the set one day. Who has this kind of reaction to the movie that they were on? No one. This is fake. This is phony. Cut it out.
Oh, man.
In the line. Get over here.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. This is why I don't do trailer reacts, because I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing it. You are absolutely ridiculous with this over the top and any of them. Listen, I'm going to call out other YouTubers and stuff while I'm right here right now. It's terrible. Your trailer reactions are absolutely awful. Stop doing them. No one's asking you to do any sort of trailer reaction, and all of your trailer reactions are the same. They all follow this arc. Oh, okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, I've never seen something like this before. What's that? Oh, there. No way. You gotta be kidding me. You have gotta be. No. I can't believe you putting me on. No way, bro. I'm telling you, day one, baby. Woo! I don't know about you, man. That was absolutely astounding. That's how every one of these trailer reacts is. I want to jump off of a building, man. It's awful. Ugh. And then to have the people who are in your bloody movie do that, and that's what they're doing, unbelievable.
Oh my God. Only strong survive. What the fuck? Jeez.
Yeah, what the fuck indeed.
Finish him. Finish him.
Oh, and then they had to like their coordinator, whoever put all this garbage together, was like, okay, at some point in the trailer, right towards the end and whatnot, you're gonna hear the guy. Now you know the guy in Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? The guy that says the stuff. Not the toasty, not that guy. No. The guy that says, yeah, that's right. Finish him, okay? Now, because we're doing this all in one big giant shot and everything, everybody's got to go finish him, and they got to go like real hard, like you're mad at the screen. You're gonna rip it up real good, and they're all like, okay, yeah. So we're gonna watch the trailer, we're gonna react, and then we're just gonna go finish him right at the end and everything, like we're real tough guys. Ugh. That being said, I'm still gonna watch the movie. The full trailer looked good. I just don't know why that they think this is what they need to do in order to sell it. It's doing the opposite.
You're
What's
starting to flap your arms a little. If Ari's feeling loose and comfortable, his arms are flapping. I'm Emma Stone.
And I'm Ari.
I like Ari Aster. You can see my full Eddington review on the YouTube page there and everything. I got a full review and react to another content creator here and everything. I'm calling him a content creator, is not a reviewer, not a critic, because I think that would juice him just a little bit. So I'm not doing that. But what I would like you to do is take a look here at our good buddy Ari Aster. Now I want you to go and do me a favor and go on the interwebs and look up a comedian named Joe Zimmerman. Ari Aster looks like he could be Joe's brother. Like Joe's brother who's kind of just like losing some hair, because he's not losing hair like that, but like just the kind of the glasses, the face, the cadence, the kind of wardrobe and everything. Very much a Joe Zimmerman kind of thing. Good old Josie. Got himself a Comedy Central special. Got himself I think he had 2 of those or something like that. He's on all the late night shows and everything. R.I.P. to all the late night shows. Y'all are gonna die soon. That's gonna be funny. But yeah, let's see what we got.
And we are playing a kind of free word association game with the theme of Ari's film Eddington.
Okay. Word association. Let's play along.
Eddington.
Get your tickets now.
I've already got it and already watched it. Good film.
Smash that like button. First thing that comes to mind.
You heard her. Smash the like button, like it, subscribe, and put the bell notification on, for the love of God.
You ready? You're starting to flap your arms a little. If Ari's feeling loose and comfortable, his arms are flapping.
Was that a teaser for the other thing? Did you show this twice? What did I may have put this in twice accidentally.
And we are playing a kind of free word association game.
No, I
don't know. I feel like I shouldn't say.
As we were preparing for this interview, I was talking to somebody, and somebody was like, "Oh, actually, you got to ask Ari."
Talk into your microphone. You are with a director right now. Know enough to talk into the big thing that's in front of your face. The funny part is you got cans on. I would hope that you got your own voice going through it so you can hear what you sound like. Because I know back here I sound bad, but if I get up close to it and everything, guess what? That's when it sounds good. And if you get real close, wait.
And then if you get real close.
All right.
On Pirate Software.
That's an inside joke for nerds. All right, what the fuck else was I doing? Here we go.
Like I heard this rumor that they asked him at one point to do a Marvel movie. Did Marvel ever ask you to do something?
Yes, once.
What?
They're like, listen, throw a feeler out, okay? We don't know. Like, it's Ari Aster. He's probably going to say no, but like, what if he says yes? What if he says yes? We're going to do something cool. Go ahead, just ask him. But I could not imagine him saying yes to that.
Was it?
Oh, really? Well,
it's Dr. Turtletub.
I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't say.
Motherfucker, say it. You know it. It's probably Doctor Strange, if we're honest. It's the only one that kind of makes sense. What could Ari Aster do in the world of comics that I would like to see? It's not Marvel, but I would like to see him do Swamp Thing. So, I mean, maybe Man Thing at that point, I guess. Maybe his take on Man Thing, if we're going to stay in the Marvel universe. I don't know. Listen, man, ain't nobody clamoring for a Man Thing film, though.
Should I?
Yeah, of course you should.
I was asked to do more. Is it Mobius? Morbius?
I knew it! Son of a bitch, I wish I would have said it. I thought it, I said it, like in my brain, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to say Morbius. Because like part of me thought, maybe, you know, because a Morbius, like a kind of Ari Aster Morbius, if not, you know, take everything that you know from the Morbius movie out of your mind, put Ari Aster onto that, take Jared Leto out of the loop thing. But I thought we were talking Marvel proper and not Sony, because I didn't want to put Sony in there because I thought the Sony one would obviously give it away and be the wrong thing, right? I screwed that one up, bud. Man, I'm so mad at myself that I didn't call that line, because I literally thought, I'm like, it's got to be Morbius, right? No, that's Sony, so they didn't offer him that, but Sony offered him Morbius. I will tell you this much: I want to say that Sony couldn't have gotten him because Sony got Quentin Tarantino, man. Like Quentin Tarantino, when he was putting together Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, every single studio out there was wooing him, man. Warner Brothers put together this whole deal where they decorated a whole office and everything to make it look like the 60s. They got these giant movie posters and everything. They really kind of wined and dined him and everything. But ultimately, he ended up going with Sony and whatnot. And so, I can't say that like he would never say no, because they might have put enough money in his hands where he probably could have just been like, well, I could fund a lot of Ari Aster movies for that money.
Morbius. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome if you did it, though. It was a huge flop. I think that would have been amazing if you did it, though.
It would have been amazing if you had that big old flop and not be able to probably control any of it, because Sony's going, no, that's not allowed. I know you want to do something effed up because you're Ari Aster, and that would be wild and cool. But here's the deal. We are Sony, and we're not going to do that. Oh, you want to have Spider-Man? No.
That would have been incredible.
We could have added it to my list of...
We are all joking here, but no one believes this is serious.
Exactly.
All right, wasn't it? Okay, check this out. This is one I had to record off the thing because I couldn't download it. But this is some behind the scenes. So fucking loud. Hold on, let me try to turn this down. There's this behind the scenes stuff of the Inspector Gadget movie, and I just found it so intriguing to watch. Look at this dead ass Matthew Broderick face. Frightening. You got a little wax in there, bud. Okay, that's a real face, so don't worry. Like, damn, that CGI is good as hell. Oh wait, that's a hell of an animatronic robot. No, that's a face. I don't know what that was supposed to. This is. I think they would put that in the French Stewart one, right? What is that? I know what that is. I know what that kind of like little stretchy dealy is. I don't know what that is, but it's so familiar. Oh, go get your neck, I suppose. Is it head or neck? I don't know. What's that look like? It looks like what's his face from The Office? Oh, don't ask what they do with that after hours. No, I gotta spin. No, oh, okay, it's coming out. Hold on, give me just a minute. Oh, there it goes. Oh, okay. Wow, no, oh, Jesus. I swear, at the top of my head, just every single day. I want the spinny bow tie and the neck. I can't have one or the other. I got to have both. I need a Pepsi. Hold on. Go gadget. Smash this lady in the eye. What's happening? You know, at that point, you're just gilding the lily there, bud.
There we go.
Of course, I know there's a French Stewart sequel. It's the best one there is. Again, part of me actually wants to watch this dumbass movie now on account of like all these dumb things and wondering how many of these actual stupid gadgets made the cut. Because if I get to see a Bumblebee canned tuna open up with a thumb and everything, there's a quarter of me that wants to watch that. How often do you think they're just giving the bird with this little robot hand? God, I'd be doing it all the time. And then we flip a nickel. All right, now pick John's nose. Oh, go gadget leg. Oh, now see, this is cool, but if that's how you wanted to represent him walking and stuff in movies, I don't know. I don't even like talking about this shit. Hold on, I got to turn it back up now because that was that was my fault on that audio. I should have turned that shit down. That was on me. Oh, Jimmy Gunn here talking about how he got fired by Disney. This should be good.
I realize now I'm really talking about it, which I don't like. I think that what happened was my life was gone. I thought my career was over. I didn't think I was going to make another dime in this industry. So I was just going to have to hold on to whatever I had made, which was nowhere near as much as I had hoped it would be.
I don't know. Like, I'd say that's best for more people than not for, what he had going at that point. Like, I understand losing it all would, like, not losing it all, but like not getting anything further would suck ass. But like to say that you did nothing, up until that point. I mean, I know we all got large ambitions and stuff like that, but he did do something.
Yeah. To last for the rest of my life and live a really frugal life. Yeah. But the thing.
What the fuck is Dax Shepard wearing just a weird Superman suit for? What is this? Listen, I am all for people that want to get sober, but y'all got to channel it into something that's not stupid. Okay. You gotta take that energy and instead of putting it to drinking and instead of putting it into something stupid, put it to something cool. This ain't cool. This is ridiculous. Dax, you should be ashamed of yourself. Kristen Bell, you should be ashamed of him for wearing this.
That happened, I realized.
James Gunn, how are you not giggling and laughing like an entire time and just like, you're wearing that? That's what you're going to wear. I'd have told him to get the hell on out, boy. I'd be like, no. You get back in there. You put on a regular pair of pants here, and we're going to do this, interview like adult men.
Was that everything I had done was really to be rich and famous so that people would love me.
Interesting that we would say this out loud. Okay.
And I wanted people to love me. And that a lot of what I did was not based upon being a creative individual or a calling or anything, but so that I could finally be accepted and loved. And
interesting. Okay. I'm just contemplating some of this.
I, as an organism, was unable to experience the love of another human being. The only time I could remember even slightly the feeling it is, I had gone to a Brazil Comic-Con shortly before this time. And I remember standing on stage and, literally 8,000 people in the crowd chanting, James Gunn, James Gunn, and crying like girls at a Beatles concert.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I said, oh, I'm at zero. I'm okay for the first time in my life.
Listen, I saw James Gunn outside of a party at Dragon Con circa the first Guardians movie and everything. He seemed like he was doing fine. We was having a good old time. You saying that those times at Dragon Con weren't good? You were having a good time then, James? Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's fucked.
That's how many people had to jump into the hole in your heart.
Wow. Okay. All right. I think I'm just realizing something here. That this is actually a weird narcissistic confession he just dropped, which is like, I needed an entire room of people chanting my name in order for me to feel something inside. Yikes.
fuck.
They're strangers,
And they're
too.
strangers.
That's the part that's...
And I went from feeling like that, and on that day when I had lost all the power I had lost the ability to cast anybody, I had lost everything. I got so much love from my partner at the time, Jen, the Guardians from Chris. And
Look at this. Look at this. You know why he ain't saying anything? Because he don't want the camera on his ass. Embarrassment. Utter Look at him. Ugh. Like a 5-year-old with a beard.
And, you know, all those
The
guys.
people who actually knew you.
The people that knew me, all my friends, my mom and my dad. I was overwhelmed with it, and I experienced being loved for the first time.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep that night looking at my wife going, my girlfriend going, I'm going to marry this woman. And I went to sleep that night going, you know, this started out as the worst day of my life, but I actually think it's the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Because I learned that I don't need to tap dance till the bones are showing through my toes to get people to like me.
Yeah.
And that was a really intense experience. And I kept it with me.
That's sad. That's really, really sad, man. To go through all of this time, well into his, at that time, late 40s, I guess, maybe early 50s. You've been married and divorced. And then, you know, like you said, a girlfriend at that time. And your family, like, and I'm fairly certain James Gunn's family has been around for a good long bit. Never felt love. I just like I'm curious as to, like, there just doesn't. I questioned a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe his household was a friggin' nightmare, but seems odd that you never felt love up until that point. You never felt true acceptance and everything. Like, that's a real bad complex then. If like you've gotten all of those things are received your way and you've never felt anything, never felt any love in return, that's jacked, man. That's bad news.
The way this works is you ask me a question like that, and I'm going to go home, and so many scores are going to come to mind.
I thought he was going to say, you asked me a question like that, I'm going to take you out in the back, show you my BAFTA. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an award I know he's won. I don't know right at the top of my head. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and beat you with that thing.
That I'm going to wish I mentioned here.
What do you think is the movie you've seen the most in your life?
For me, it's going to be a toss-up. It is either Back to the Future or Star Wars, one or the other. Let me know in the chat, movie you've seen the most times.
The movie you've seen the most time.
God, there are several. Maybe Goodfellas.
That's high up there.
Velvet, The Naked
No.
Gun.
I'm excited about the new one, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Looking forward to it.
All I saw is the teaser trailer. They keep trying to feed me new teaser trailers for the new Naked Gun stuff, and I'm frightened, dude. I'm like I scroll past them real fast because I'm just like I'm going in with some low expectations, but I just, oh boy, I don't know.
I mean, big shoes.
Yeah,
big shoes. Defending Your Life by Albert Brooks.
Great.
Hannah and Her Sisters. RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
Serious Man.
A Serious Man, like you like. Ari Aster's something else, man. A Serious Man. That is a like that's not a fun movie. To go back to A Serious Man a whole bunch of times, that's an interesting one.
I mean, there are a lot of Coen films that I have just
but like that one
ruined them. I can't watch them again. They're. Yeah, I've worn them out.
Yeah, I'm always blown away by No Country with no score and just Deakins' cinematography.
No Country, more like no score. Am I right or am I right?
A lot of Hitchcock films that
You a Rope fan?
To. Oh God, yeah.
That's one. The history of.
Listen, everybody tries to throw in. I feel like Rope today is like that, like, you know, like try to be cool thing. Now, I like Rope. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. But like, I think everybody way overpraises Rope because it's like, I don't know. It feels like it's a cool thing to do. Like, hey man, What about Rope though? Right? Rope? Huh? Listen. Show me talking about Frenzy. Then I know you're a liar.
That movie, just the way he would cut behind like a jacket because his film mag wasn't long enough to go.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's actually.
Oh boy. Tell him, Ari.
Kind of it's the only thing about that film that's pretty clunky.
Yeah.
Is how he moves into people's
I kind of like it.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is like the cinematic language as it was developed at that particular point, we weren't at the time where we were doing really smart like camera wipes and everything, where you could have a different thing coming through on every single wipe of the camera, and like you can do that stuff so much easier now. Now we obviously do it with CGI and stuff like that, but even with, you can still do a lot of great in-camera tricks and stuff to make you think that something's going through and giving you a brand new view of everything.
Of course, because you can see the filmmaking. It's great. It's great. I love seeing the scenes. Oh, Chinatown, Godfather Part 2. There are a lot of movies that I just kind of go back to over and over and over again.
I'm a Godfather 2 guy over Godfather 1.
I got to be honest with you. I think I tend to watch the first Godfather a little bit more. I know that there are great arguments for the second one, but a lot like A New Hope and Empire, I prefer the first one a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You know, they're both magnificent, but
2 just hits different.
Godfather 2 is it's just, I mean, has anybody done that again? It's
not to that level, including Francis Ford Coppola himself.
It's just a monument to classical filmmaking. It's and The Godfather is perfect, but there are little blemishes in The Godfather, and they're not there in Part 2.
Yeah. He's definitely got more money and time and everything with Godfather 2. It's clear he's able to do much more.
Part 2 is just
so ambitious.
Cast in marble, that thing.
A couple other rapid fires. Your favorite shot in cinema history, and
I was gonna say your favorite shot at the bar. Are you kind of are you a screwdriver man? Are you a rusty trombone kind of? I mean, I don't know any drink names.
I'm sure that could change, but I feel like there's moments where you, like for me growing up, the movie that changed my life was T2 because I saw it when I was 8. And I always think of Robert Patrick coming out of the ground and the T-1000 becoming the copy of the security officer. That's a shot that's
my favorite is him just being the floor. When the T-1000 is just a floor, and then you just kind of right up to the guy that's like, drinking his coffee or whatever.
Sticks with me. It made me fall in love with movies. Is there a shot like that for you?
Well, I don't have one single shot. What comes to me first? Maybe Shelley Winters dead in the car at the bottom of the river in The Night of the Hunter with her.
I thought I was going to say Shelley Winters diving into the sunken cabin of the Poseidon.
Her hair kind of floating with the seaweed. That's a really...
I was a champion swimmer, see?
That's like a shocking image, especially for its time. Really just so vivid and frightening and beautiful, like really ethereal.
Kevin, this doesn't work as well for a TikTok, bro.
Comes to mind. And then,
this is for your YouTube page. We got to get bites, baby, bite.
Athletic shots that I just love.
Or throw in some B-roll, something. You gotta, look, make them sexy, bud.
But I 8.5. Just about every shot in 8.5 blow.
But the problem is 8.5 is freaking boring, dude. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. 8.5, boring as hell. Ain't no child act like that. Ridiculous. Oh wait, that's the 400 blows. 8.5 is like the psychedelic dream one. Well, that one's a little better. That one's a little better. I got him confused for a moment. I'm not a Fellini guy.
Blows me away.
We talk about score at the beginning of the interview. You use score so brilliantly in this film. Do you remember a score that made you understand what
17-2
score was, or maybe the power of music in a film?
I mentioned Vertigo earlier. I think.
Jesus, Kevin, this is like 4 questions in one TikTok, bro. Spread the love.
Bernard Herrmann's score for Vertigo is so lush and romantic and every time I watch that film, I just disappear into it, and I know that's due to the music. It's due to everything in that film. But,
Laudanum. That's the word I was
you
looking
mentioned earlier Sergio Leone. Ennio Morricone, what he did, especially with Once Upon a Time in the West, and
There you
also
go, a little bit of B-roll in there, finally.
The harmonica, how that actually figures into the story is really special.
Because you have a great sweeping score in this one. So.
Kevin, watch my TikToks, buddy. You'll see how to do these things. Like not that you need help getting people, but you need help keeping my fucking attention. My God.
Like the Western scores were always, like you mentioned, Sergio Leone. Like there's like so many great ones, but score is.
Yeah, Morricone was definitely on our mind. We were talking a lot about Morricone. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, his body of work is just like staggering. Just
we got the like the crickets in the background, the cicadas or something. What's going on, dude? Where are the mics? Where are the mics?
It's just incredible. Yeah. So inventive too. He just and so eccentric. Really.
Oh, we're out here in our stinky room.
Like there's a playfulness and like a humor.
No one heard this. No one heard these bugs just a chirping in all over the place. No one heard this.
To that music that's just so great and like deranged.
One of them fly shotguns.
Like
you know what I'm talking about?
Possible.
Yeah. and really sentimental too. Like they're very kind of bouncing between demented and like overripe, like too lush almost. Like, and then you have his score for The Mission is
Kevin,
really amazing.
What the fuck have we uploaded, my friend?
God, the way this works is you ask me a question like that, and I'm gonna go home and I'm so
all right, so this was the teaser at the beginning, so this feels like
I mentioned here.
Sweet Baby Jane. Oh, all right, give me a second. I gotta take a breather after that one. Whew. All right, let's get to something fun. Popcorn etiquette. Well, I don't know what you know, but your boy's a little bit of what we call a popcorn expert over here. Over 1 million hits on YouTube for that recipe video. Go check that out.
The thing, if we go to the movies together and you say some version of this sentence, oh, I don't really like popcorn, I'm gonna raw dog this movie like a psycho, and I go ahead and spend over $400 getting myself a large bucket of popcorn and a crispy Diet Coke, you better keep your hands in a prayer position throughout the movie, because if I see you even looking at my popcorn, it's on sight.
This lady is correct. 100% correct. You want something, go ahead and tell me. You say, hey, I'd like to have a popcorn and a soda. That'd be lovely. I'll go ahead and pay for that stuff. But I will be doggone. You gonna tell me you won't want nothing, and then come up in here trying to dig all up in my popcorn and drink the crispy Diet Coke. How dare you?
Somebody's going to have to pull out a universal remote and pause that movie because I'm causing chaos, drama, and confusion in the movie theater. I'm about to be added to the list of top villains in MCU the way I'm going to Thanos you out of there.
Yeah.
I think selling tickets for the Odyssey a year ahead in advance is actually a really bad precedent.
I'm curious to hear his opinion on this. I don't know why, but let's see what we got.
I'm actually very scared of where this goes from here. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know, very scared, because let's be honest, not for nothing, but like, who else is opening a movie like this though? You know? You're not gonna sell tickets a year in ahead for a Judd Apatow flick. So who else other than Nolan? Maybe a Tarantino, but even then, I don't know why we're doing it a year early, other than just for some sort of wild promotion and to get cats like this to do videos. But we'll see.
I'm very excited for the Odyssey. I do love Christopher Nolan. I'm glad that he's a director that went from someone that people loved to someone that people very much critiqued to being someone loved once again. And he's absolutely the director that deserves it the most, especially considering the fact that the Odyssey is being shot entirely in IMAX.
One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other, but okay.
And that brings me to the only two good things about this. One, there's still clear interest in 70mm IMAX. I think that's fantastic. And two, honestly, probably the best thing that can come out of this is the fact that IMAX can say, you know what, Christopher Nolan needs those IMAX screens the entire summer, and honestly, I'd much rather watch his movie than seeing, you know, some garbage that gets a 2-week screening. But I also really hate the fact that this is treating going to the movie theaters like going to a concert, and the fact that people are already price gouging for tickets that are more than a year out, and some people have jokingly mentioned this online. What if the Odyssey gets delayed? We can't help this part, but there's the social capital involved in buying movie tickets now, right? The fact that people want to see the biggest and best movies in the biggest format that they can, and absolutely, if you have the money, go ahead and do it. I'm doing that as well, right? Like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite in all this, but I also noticed when people went to go see Oppenheimer, and I saw this in 70mm IMAX and drove 3 hours, people were just on their cell phone the entire time, right? There are people who are just doing this to say that they had an experience and really don't want to be there, right? And there's no way to negate that, but it's certainly something that I always think about when we associate so much social capital with going to the movies. And again,
I agree. Because listen, I would like to see the Odyssey in 70mm. I would have to go to Atlanta to see it properly in 70mm IMAX. So that's about we'll call it 4.5, 5 hour drive, all told, with everything. And then, you know, you got hotel and all this other stuff. Last time I did it, the last time I went to see Oppenheimer at the IMAX, I at least, you know, got it all together with a Less Than Jake concert the night before. And then when I woke up that day, I went to the movies, watched Oppenheimer, and then drove the rest of the way home. So, I mean, I could see myself doing something like that again for Oppenheimer. But yeah, I mean, if the tickets are selling out a year in advance, like, for me, the biggest problem is that with so few of these 70mm IMAX projections out there and everything, it's just kind of it's not really working. It's not, you know, everybody's got to drive many out. Well, not everybody, but a good number of people got to drive many hours in order to get to one. We got tons and tons of FOMAXs and stuff around, but who gives a sweet crap about that? It's not the same thing. You've diluted your brand so much that it almost doesn't mean anything at this point. But I wonder, out of the box thinking here, but James Cameron got movie theaters to switch from 35mm to digital. Did you guys know that? He was really the one who kind of spearheaded, and like, it was already making a bit of a transition, but the guy that like made sure that every theater in your local multiplex and everything was a digital projector, that was Jim Cameron. Jim Cameron was the one who said, hey, I got Avatar coming. You need to get rid of all these 35mm because I ain't going to be giving you none of those. This is only going to be digital, and you're going to need as many screens as possible. And everybody threw out their 35mm and threw in digital, really on account of James Cameron. And I wonder then, on that other hand, if Christopher Nolan could use his power and get a couple of more of these 35 or 70mm IMAX screens built across the country, making access for these screens much easier. Get like guys like him and Tarantino and anybody who's Paul Thomas Anderson, anybody who's into the kind of still physical shooting of film and everything like that. Get them all together, man, and just be like, hey, like, have these guys spearhead that same kind of idea of like, hey, we're all going to be putting out these 70mm films and stuff like that. We want more places to show these exclusively and bring back the world of film and everything. Make sure that film is a production, film is an event. And that, my friend, is when you have things like this that actually make the year in advance ticket a thing. You know, it makes that interesting because that then becomes a hot ticket item. It's kind of cool in a way, though. But he's right. You don't want somebody that's there for just the experience and Instagram and the whole damn thing and everything. But I there's part of me that likes the idea that we make movies an event again. But not everything needs to be an event. Events like this need to be an event, but your regular movie going experience, again, I reiterate, as I do many, many times on this channel, that should be very cheap Monday through Thursday.
And Christopher Nolan will finish his movie. I think he's very deserving of this. But what happens when this happens for Avengers Doomsday, a movie that's not finished, a movie without a finished third act? And sure, that can be said about the Odyssey, but at the same time, there is...
Oh, I'm like... Has Avengers Doomsday? I guess that's what they recalled it and everything. I'm like, what is that?
There's no guarantee we're going to get this movie in December 2026. What happens then there? And this is
You're screwed.
just a really, really bad
That'd be great if they like moved it on purpose and then just ate your ticket money, and that's how they did that like 4 or 5 times over to just get a little bit of their budget back.
precedent, I think, especially when we think about that worst case scenario.
There's been some online discussion about watching more than one movie in a day.
I usually don't watch more than one movie in a day, but I certainly have. I've had many experiences, obviously, at home watching more than one movie in a day. I will, from time to time, watch more than one movie in a day in a movie theater. As a matter of fact, on 2 separate occasions, I watched 3 movies in a row at the movie theater, and those movies were all the Lord of the Rings extended editions back to back to back. That's right, an entire day of all 3 Lord of the Rings extended editions. I've done that twice in theaters. And then I did one time where I watched 4 Harry Potter films in one day, and then 4 Harry Potter films the next day, both times at the theater, just 2 separate days. They showed us the first half and then the second half the next day. And I also did Star Wars 1 through 7 back to back, all in one sitting and everything. That was the longest ever. But even then, that was still fairly close to the exact same amount of times that all the Lord of the Rings. So just to give you an idea of how long those friggin' films were.
Some saying I don't understand how you can watch more than one movie in a day. You have to let that movie wash over you.
Oh, no. If we're talking about like, I've got to like let it sink in and stuff, that's ridiculous. That's a stupid thought. It's just like, I don't think I can take more than one film in a day, everybody. It takes a little bit for my brain to go through and process all of the good cinematic information that is pumped into my eyes and ears.
You need time to sit and think about it.
I just need a little time to reflect on the films that I've seen and let you know whether or not they are good. But I cannot do that immediately. For that would sully the movie review.
You need time to process your own thoughts, and I can see that argument. And
I'm not doing his voice for the record. That's not me making fun of this gentleman.
I agree with it. But I am a person who just wants to watch more than one movie in a day, especially if I have the time to do so.
I like how he's just like, listen, this is a plea from me to you. Can you let me watch more than one movie in a day? Can you let me do it? Just be a nice guy. Let me do it.
Because I love movies, and I just want to watch as many as I can.
Stop bullying me, okay?
And not for the sake of just upping the numbers or logging on Letterboxd.
Let's go that number.
But for the sake of expanding my own taste, just seeing more things in general. There are so many movies that I want to watch, and if I have the time, I'm going to watch more than one movie in a day.
Who's telling you not to watch more than one movie in a day, baby? You do whatever you want to do. Don't let those other kids at school tell you what's what. You're your own man. You do whatever the hell you want to do. You want to watch 3 movies in a day, you go right ahead. You want to make one of them a short? Shit, I ain't stopping you.
Just watched 3 movies yesterday, and I know they had different...
Oh, well, we go too far at 3, though. I can't abide by that.
Dates, but I wanted to sleep on The Fall before really logging it. And that's the thing, you can watch more than one movie.
What do you have to sleep on The Fall for? Oh wait, no, or is that that's the Tarsem Singh one. Okay, you can. I was thinking the other one with the girls that are stuck on top of the radio tower there. That's a far different movie. I'm like, what do you need to sit and contemplate that on? It's like those girls, they were really high up there. That was a high thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if a drone would fly like that.
In a day and understand it and also process your feelings.
Close up from 1990 and Airplane. This guy, that's an interesting day.
Sometimes you know right away, sometimes you need to take a breather. It really is just a movie by movie basis. For Airplane, I knew right away how I felt about the movie.
I laughed and I laughed and I laughed on Into the Night. It was one of the funniest films I have ever seen in my life. I will never forget it.
Close up, I needed about like an hour after watching it to process my feelings.
So I went outside, smoked a doob, but came back in and I go, give me some Tarsem Singh.
And for The Fall, I was really conflicted on it. So I decided to sleep, wake up the next morning and see how I felt.
Tarsem Singh is the biggest piece of shit.
And that's how I knew how I felt about the movie. It's so different for everyone. It's just recognizing what kind of person you are. Do you prefer to only watch
to go back and start shooting music videos again?
one movie and sit with that movie for the rest of the day? Or can you watch more than one movie and still understand everything that's going on? I will say that you will rarely understand everything that goes on in a movie on a first watch.
I'm pretty smart like that. You ever see Paul Blart Mall Cop 2?
That's why movies are so beautiful and special, because your feelings will always change whether you watched only that movie that day or watched more than one. Just fun to see everyone.
Is he trying to convince himself or us?
One's process.
John Bible hated God and...
Okay. Let me see if I can back this up just a touch. Oh my God. It's subtle like a freight train. While this is queuing up, back on HMP, we reviewed a little. Back on HMP Volume 1, we reviewed a movie called Bible Man. Is that also starring Skippy from... Are they all Skippy? Is Skippy in all of these things? He might be. But Bible Man was kind of this religious superhero thing that was put together for just kind of direct to VHS things that they would sell, and just like good wholesome Christian programming for kids and stuff. However, it was awful cheap, and it was just it's a fun time. I don't care who you are. You just go on YouTube and check out any of those Bible Man things, and you'll have a good chuckle for sure. Somebody has redone kind of a little Bible Man-esque thing, put a new twist on it, and I'm excited to check this out.
John Bible hated God and loved eating drugs. Until he found a special book whose words helped him change his ways and become Captain Burns.
We go Captain Bible, so we're not getting any copyright problems over here.
Go on, kid. Lie to your parents. They don't have to know that you smoked a cigarette.
Deceptor! I knew I'd find you alone
What a great looking costume, man.
with a kid.
Captain Bible. You're too late. Piles one fib away from a life of sin.
But God hates liars. The Bible tells me so.
There'd be all like this. This is not too far off of what actual Bible Man was like. But again, I'm going to also reiterate that the lighting and everything here, the cinematography is better than the actual Bible Man. The soundtrack, all better than the thing that it's spoofing, which is very rare that happens.
Yeah, right. I doubt anyone here could recite a Bible verse that says lying is wrong. Unless.
That's how they would be doing though. It's just like, listen, you can get out of my trap if somehow you can, recite this Bible verse or something like that. And I don't think that we're taking the same bent on this one.
What the fuck are you doing?
Sword of the Spirit.
What?
He's not even looking and shooting.
Shit. Why are you shooting? Aren't you supposed to, pray at me or quote a Bible verse?
John 3:16.
What the fuck?
I like his weird, just, what is this shooting? What is that? It's great.
All right, I've been called out on this 5 favorite things challenge twice now. Let's do this. Favorite director is always...
Okay, 5 favorite things. Our favorite director, me, I don't know, man. Steven Spielberg.
Always going to be John Carpenter. Does he have the best filmography?
Hell to the no, to the no. Hell no, to the no. Listen, man, it ain't as bad as Francis Ford Coppola, but he got a lot of the same problems. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no. But his early films, especially the original Halloween, continue to inspire me, motivate me, and influence me in all the creative work that I do. Favorite animated film is Perfect.
Favorite animated film? Toy Story, maybe? I don't know. There's ones from like, younger and stuff like that, but like, that's like kind of right on that cusp age at that point, whereas I was kind of getting a little bit older, but like, man, the Pixar formula, you can't much mess with that, can you? Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna go with, and I know there's gonna be people out there that are like, oh, your favorite, it's not anime. No, sorry.
Big Blue. I love Pixar, I love Disney, I love Miyazaki, but this movie is a 5 out of 5, and it is the kind of serious, scary, disturbing type of storytelling that I would love in a live action, beautifully done here.
They'd screw it up. I don't know what's in this film, but I know this much. They'd screw it up.
Here, perfectly done in animation. This is a recommend for me always. Favorite Best Picture winner is Parasite.
Wow, Parasite? Really? I mean, what do we got? Like 80 years worth of Oscars at this point, and Parasite is, out of all of them, Parasite, your favorite Best Picture winner. I mean, Parasite's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Enjoy it. Saw it in theaters. I disagree.
I would say it's recency bias, but we've had a few years now, and I still look back at this movie as one of the most important Best Picture winners of all time.
Why? Why is it? I'm sorry. Just because it's Bong Joon-ho, just because it's like, I just, why though? Why is it like, I don't know. I just like, it's a fine film, but why so special?
It offers a lot of great drama. It's scary in parts. It's funny in parts. And the social commentary is fully on point, and that matters.
Yeah. At the same time too, though, as much as I do like that film, the social commentary is also bong. You're smashing over the head a little bit. Subtlety there is not the weapon of choice.
So much to me. This is a very important win in this category. It had to be this movie. It deserved it, and it still continues to be a movie I think
I want to see what else was up that year.
About all time. Favorite international film was very difficult for me. There are some that I.
This is a good one though. I'm not gonna fight you on this one. One Cut of the Dead is absolutely fantastic. The best part about this movie was this was a Charlotte Film Society screening, and they were like, "We got this movie, One Cut of the Dead. Check it out." We go in there, and it was kind of a makeshift theater at the time. It was just in like an old art gallery, and they used a projector and a couple of speakers and stuff like that. Real kind of haphazard at that point. But it was Valentine's Day, no less, now that I'm remembering. So One Cut of the Dead plays, and if you've seen One Cut of the Dead, it gets about like 45 minutes, and then the movie that you're watching, the credits run. And then I was like, by the time that was happening, I was just like, man, it's going to be tough telling Jay, the guy who kind of runs it, puts it together, does the programming and stuff, that like, this movie was okay, but like, I don't really know about all that. That just seemed like it was okay for the type of movie that he does. He usually does a little bit better than that. And then the credits finish. And then if you know One Cut of the Dead, you know the rest of the story after that. And then I was just like, well, thank God I have to take all those things back, and I never have to say any of that to his face because it was so good.
Probably better. I almost put Old Boy here, but One Cut of the Dead, again, is a movie that
One Cut. Listen, I'm watching One Cut of the Dead before I watch Old Boy again. Not that Old Boy's not good, but Old Boy is not a good time. One Cut of the Dead is at least, fun-ish.
It inspires me, motivates me, and it is a movie that I force people that work with me to watch. We watch it together.
You watch One Cut of the Dead. Watch it now. Watch it.
Talk about it. If you haven't seen One Cut of the Dead and you are a creative person or you really, really love film, don't go look anything up. Just watch the movie.
Yeah, I would highly say that. Don't look anything up. Don't read any synopsis. Don't do anything like that. Just watch it. You will ruin it. Because I knew nothing, I was so happy.
Because anything you look up will spoil it.
Yep.
Don't look up reviews on this platform because
even what I said might have almost been a little bit too much of a spoiler, but like it really is kind of like a hold on.
Reviewers and critics here accidentally spoil this movie. Just watch it. Sit through the first 30 minutes. After the first 30 minutes, you will message me and thank me. You follow me, you already know this is my favorite piece of physical media. This is an incredible box set from Second Sight for my favorite zombie film of all time, Dawn of the Dead. It's gross, it's scary, it's funny, and it has a ton.
It's way too friggin' long. That's right. That's right, Romero fans. I'll tell you right to your face. Dawn of the Dead, too long. What cut? Doesn't matter. They're all too long.
Of social commentary, all things that are important to me in a genre film. And what makes it even better is the star of the film, Ken Foree, has signed this box set. So there's not a more important piece of physical media in my collection. Let me know what you guys think.
That's pretty cool.
People aren't normal about his movies. And there's an interesting conversation about why, which is because it seems like from the very beginning, he's had a lot of hype. It's partially the distributor that he works for, which a couple of people have heard of and have opinions about. And the kind of acclaim his movies have gotten, and the feeling that this is like a young filmmaker who just kind of came and like makes movies with impunity, and that the industry has bent to accommodate directors like this. So
Okay, the reason why you do that is that his movies don't cost anything to make. Not really. Not when not like Hereditary. Hereditary didn't cost much to make. Midsommar didn't cost that much to make comparatively to a lot of other films. And for what those films then returned on the box office and everything, that's how you're then allowed to do all of those things. Why do you think Sean Baker does whatever the hell Sean Baker wants to do? Because it don't cost nothing. It don't cost nothing to make a Sean Baker film because that ain't what he's about. He's about just making a good story. And, you know, I think Ari Aster is that way too. Now, his stuff is going to, like, as he gets more ambitious and whatnot, his budgets are going to go up and whatnot, but I don't know. Let's see where he's going with this.
For people who consider themselves really deep core horror fans, or filmmakers who see other filmmakers getting less light on them, like they find this annoying. And then they also sort of think, well, there's like a bit of a flop sweat here. It's like, well, you're this famous name filmmaker, so now you have to get political to kind of feel like you've earned it.
Nope. Here's the problem. He's doing something that's different than what you guys want him to do, and there's a lot of people out there that are upset at that. And guess what? It's not for you. You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose what Ari Aster's next film is. Ari Aster does. Mind your business. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You don't like the fact that he's not doing another horror movie? Bully for you. Congratulations. It doesn't matter. If he wants to go and direct a musical next, I absolutely believe that he should. And I don't think that he should get any kind of shit from it, from any bozos like you, who I don't know who the fuck this is, but I'm going to assume he's nobody. Just because it's something that you don't like. Who gives a crap? Who cares if you don't like it? I mean, then just don't like it and move on. But to look and be like, he owes me this? Who the hell are these people that sit there and say an artist owes them something that they're looking for? I'm afraid not, my friend. They owe you none of their work.
I just sort of reiterate that came together for me where I thought this is just the kind of movie he made.
And so, like, he's doubly pissed. I can tell you, number one, he's pissed because Ari Aster ain't doing a horror film like he's always been doing, and that makes him upset. Boo-hoo. Number two, he probably doesn't like, what he perceives as the politics in Eddington, which is really just both sidesism, but, you can't tell that to some people. He's mad at that. So he big mad on both ends.
The things that are uncomfortable about it, again, about these, like the parental relationship or the step-parental relationship, like I love that Phoenix's character, it's the pandemic. So as a plot point, his mother-in-law is living with them, played by Deirdre O'Connell, him and his wife, Emma Stone.
And the differing factors between their thoughts and ideals on all that stuff, very interesting, yes.
She's like doing like Pizzagate printouts and leaving them on the table.
But the funny part is she's also saying some things within those couple of things. She's saying some things like Pizzagate, but she's also saying some things that were also very, very true that everyone lopped off as conspiracy theories at the time. And the same thing goes for the other side as well. Why you guys didn't see this while you were watching the movie, I'll never know. But there were things on the left side too, where they were, talking about wiping down packages and stuff like that, which we found out did absolutely nothing. But they said it with such a surety and everything, just like we did then. I fret that people have missed the point of this movie.
But he also has to eat breakfast under this picture of his father-in-law, who used to be a sheriff, and it's like a shrine to this guy who was cut down sort of prematurely. And none of that is culture war stuff or memes. It's like a very uncomfortable family unit that you see as a source of real vulnerability. I don't find that to be cheap, shoddy social commentary.
No, it puts you in the realm of what real people were like. And that's the thing about this. In a lot of ways, the people that are portrayed in Eddington are portrayed quite real. in as much as they are all flawed individuals. They have each of them has, good and bad things about them. And then some people go too far. And then, that's what the movie's about.
At all, it's smart. Even if it's played for laughs, it's intelligent.
All right, that wasn't nearly as bad a take as I thought it was going to be, but we're at least there. Oh my God! So we've been going about an hour and 20. Does anyone want to go on? I have so many of these bloody things. I have saved so many. I think I need to get another refill here. So let's do this. Let you guys hang out for just a minute. I'm gonna see if we can. All right, let me make sure I can. All right, it says 2519. All right, I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to come back in just a moment. I'm going to get a drink, and I will. I'll join you back in just a moment. Let me. Be right back. All right. I said turn off, damn it. There we go. All right, I'm back. Got a little bathroom break. Got ourselves a Dr. Pepper Zero. Snagged a couple of Oreos. That's right, everybody. It's late. It's late, and we're watching TikTok trash, everybody. What we do around here. Is this the right thing? Okay, yeah, I got to put the right one up here. All right. Wait, quick look at the chat. Quick look at the chat there, eh? Alex says Bible Man was one of the best episodes of HMP Volume 1. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. I would like to agree with that, I think. And it looks like the Night Bard does. Alex, spot on. Bible Man was a fantastic episode. Can we at least get a Bronson live stream at the time you take a break? I tell you what, he's not in here, but we'll give you a Bronson for the second half here. So I'm gonna put you on break one more time. I'm gonna eat another one of these cookies, then we're gonna come back. We're gonna do the second half, and we will have we'll have Bronson on stream for everybody. forgot all about that, but I just didn't want him in here because it would have been so fucking long for him. All right, I'll be right back. Bronson on the way. All right, we back. Get in there. Get in the bed. Get there. There he is. Community hour. Boy, that goes down fast, don't it? All right. I thought I said turn off, damn it. There we go. All right. We are back for round 2. As always, be a dirty baby, like and subscribe. We love you so much. You're all the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, on to more nonsense.
I wanted to go watch a movie at the theater today, but my local theater just does the general popular release. And maybe they'll have a couple extras, but it's usually just what's popular new releases right now. And I've already seen Superman, and I don't think I want to see the Ari Aster film in theater. I think I'd rather wait for that to watch at home. And it's fine, I can watch movies from home on this rainy day. But I really wanted to go to the movies today. Are any of your local theaters offering more than just the standard releases? Or
yes, so you need to kind of go out sometime. I know a lot of people will just kind of stay within their certain, like, you know, close knit area here and everything, but don't be afraid to drive out a little bit. You know, go to a little bit bigger town that might be just kind of on the outskirts of your town and stuff. Even if it's one that's like 2 or 3 hours away. You know, that's not awful here in America and whatnot. As far as like a traveling time and whatnot, that's not too awful bad. But you can, you know, do it like once a month or something. Make a big deal of it and whatnot. But it's got to be rough, especially when you got to like if you live in like a very small town that only has like a, you know, one that has like 2 or 3 screens in it. Yeah, you could be out of luck.
Are you excited to see Eddington in theaters?
I liked Eddington in theaters. Check it out.
I wonder if anyone else caught this irony in Jurassic Park. I love this movie, but this is the part where they're on like the.
Could you do me a big old favor and just point that shit at the screen? You see all the space up top? Why? Put it in the middle, man.
Tour of the facility. They're watching the video. They're in the little theater, right?
Don't tell
and they're watching the video.
Yep. More of your ceiling, please. That's perfect.
They're about to move the theater to go to the next room, right? That was probably like the most secure safety harness in the entire movie, was just for this little theater ride.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you think about it, when they were in the Jeep, there was nothing stopping them from taking their seatbelts off, from getting out of the Jeep.
They didn't even put on child locks on those doors, man, which is really kind of a dingo brain thought if you think about it.
This was the most secure part of this theme park. I think that's hilarious.
And even then, they push it up and just kind of right out the door.
Just to drive the point home, they can't get off.
That's one of my favorite lines in all of Jurassic Park. One of my favorite lines is John Hammond going, "It's kind of a ride." He doesn't like Chris Walken, man. I'm telling you, it's kind of a ride. You got to go along with it till the end. Don't push on that. Stop. No. Oh, all right, fine. We can look at Raptors.
It was all that effort to move these safety harnesses, but they could jump out of the Jeeps with T-Rexes, no problem.
And Sam Jackson just didn't put that line of code in there. He forgot. That's cool. Oh boy.
I'm fucking pissed. I am fucking pissed right
He's angry. See, what about?
now, you guys. I have a point here. I promise. I have.
You know that's bad when they be started off with like, look, I got a point. I'm a ramble for a while, but I got a point eventually. What's going on back there? What are you doing? Stop playing for the camera.
A point. I never go to the movies anymore. I'm sure a lot of you don't either.
I go to the movies all the time. What are you talking about? Speak for yourself, homie.
And here's why. So, I have never been more excited to see a movie in theaters as I am for I Know What You Did Last Summer.
My condolences.
So, I just got off work and I decided to go just by myself. Yeah. And none of my friends like scary movies anyways.
Pussies.
So, I go in the theater. I'm one of the first people there. There's like a group of teenagers. They were so loud. They were moving.
Homie, you're a little loud right now, but okay, I'll forgive you because we're a little passionate right now. You're a little bit worked up, and I'm gonna give you one.
Moving seats, and I was like, okay, these kids, like, first of all, like, how did they get tickets? I look, they didn't even have tickets because it shows the assigned seating.
I've done that before too. You done a little detective work. Seen somebody come in and you're like, this is some bullshit. Then you pull up your thing and you're like, ain't nobody buying no seats in here.
I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Finally, the movie starts. The theater is packed and they're constantly switching seats because they have to, because they don't have tickets.
Yeah, this is when Adam gets up and starts taking care of business. A little bit of Bachman Turner Overdrive comes on. And then we just do a little bit of TCB. You know what I mean? And I think you do.
So I go out and I tell an employee,
which is good, which should be a thing that you do. I feel like we're about to hear them handle it very poorly, but he's at least so far he is doing, the best he can.
This is so not hair related, but this also like helps being a hairstylist because I used to be such a.
I love the passion. I love how it doesn't got shit to do with shit, but I love the passion on it. Let's hear where we're going.
I never used to say anything, and now I'm just like, No, speak your mind. Like, if something's happening, say something.
It's true. If somebody's cutting your hair and they're doing a crappy job, you need to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't cut that. I don't want, like, I want that rat-tailed in there.
So I see an employee and I'm like, hey, like, there's this group of like teenagers, like, they're being so obnoxious. They're on their phones. They're like running up and down the hall.
Can you shoot them, please?
Halls, literally like the aisles up and down. He's like, okay, I'm going to have someone come in.
Right.
Maybe 40 minutes into the movie. So far, the movie's great. So nothing happens. The kids are still in these like random seats that nobody was assigned to. They are making so much noise. And I was like, oh my God, this movie has been ruined for me so far. Like, I cannot, I don't know what's going on. I am so fucking distracted, you guys. So I finally just got up and left. And I told a security guy, and I was like, hey, this is what's going on. And he's like, and he ran, you guys, he ran to the fucking theater. And
because he's like, boy, oh boy, I wait for these moments. I wait for these moments because he gonna get to bust some heads. I'll be honest with you. When I was manager of the theater, they knew that I was the guy that liked busting some heads. They're like, hey, we got a problem in that theater. Go take care of it, Adam. You know, old 6'3" Adam gonna come over here and ain't nobody gonna be telling me no. Nobody sits there and goes like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to you. Oh, they listen to me. They listen to me. They listen real good. I've had to kick like 2 70-year-old women out for being drunk as hell in A Star Is Born and literally hitting a guy. I had to walk in the middle of this movie and like, yeah, I'm on the deep end. I'm like, listen, you've got to go. You've hit another customer.
And then I talked to, I hate being this person right now. Oh my God. I am a salon client right now. I asked for the manager.
Can I see your manager, please? I've already told this guy he's going in there to bust ass. I want to talk to somebody else. I've been there, dude. Like I've told, theater managers about stuff and like tried to like, cause I come from a guy who was a movie theater manager. And if there was something wrong with my theater, I would want to know what is happening with you. So I went and I told this lady, I was like, hey man, there's this kind of problem. The screen's not quite right. And this lady must have she looked at me like I'd have just cursed right at her for 5 minutes straight. Not, it's just like, yeah, I understand. I wouldn't like me either. And then I just kind of walked away. I was like, I'm literally trying to help you in your job, you dingus, and do a good job. But I'm like, when you're just trying to help people.
I'm changing my name.
And again, I come from a movie theater background, so I knew how to approach it in the calmest and nicest and appropriate of ways. But when they don't care, man.
From Jesse to Karen, talk to a manager. Here's what they did. The manager was so nice, gave me a couple passes to the movies, and I was nice as well. Because if you want shit done, you be nice.
That is 100% correct. If you're having a bad time at the movie theater, the best way to make sure that's not a problem is for you to say nice things to the manager and try to get them to do something about it. You coming in with a full head of steam and being pissed at the manager for like the manager's not in there, bro. You gotta calm down. We're not aware of all the things that are going on in the theaters at all time.
Right? It's all about good communication. Gave me passes and also gave me amazing postcards that I can send being creepy that say, I know what you did last summer to random people. So long story short, what I'm saying is the movie theater experience is fucking dead. And I know why people don't go to the theaters because people are on their phones. People have no regard for other people anymore, you guys. It's really sad. It's really sad. But that's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? Do not let somebody ruin anything for you.
You got that right, baby. Don't let them do it. And sometimes I've walked out of these movies, man. I was watching the Northman, and some guys came in and like, I'm talking 30, 45 minutes into the movie. And this was a PDX theater. So this was a premium price ticket that I paid. These guys came in, these young guys, like 4 or 5 of them, and they were like right behind me, and they were just yapping and everything the entire time, and it drove me nuts. I looked back, I said some stuff, and they just were like, I wanted to, like, I chose not violence that day. I walked away, which is good for me. That shows growth. because normally I would just get up and start berating them, but I didn't also want to bother the other people that were in the theater. Not that they probably would have, applauded me for beating the crap out of these kids. But I went and I told the manager, I was like, hey man, just get these kids the hell out of here, dude. This is ridiculous. And I just left. I'm like, the movie's ruined. I haven't paid attention to 20 minutes of it because I've been having to deal with dickheads. So yeah, there needs to be enforcement. I don't know how to fix these problems. I wish I really did. Again, coming from somebody that worked in the movie theater business, it's an uphill battle, baby. What next?
Eddington, like Ari Aster's 2019 film Midsummer, left me saying, where the hell is this going?
Eddington is one of the most disappointing movies of the year, which hurt.
If you have an entitled centrist friend who thinks they're smarter than everyone else, I think I just watched their new favorite movie, and of course I'm talking about...
We're living in a world where people don't agree on what is real anymore, and that's leading to paranoia and distrust and suspicion.
I hate to say it, but maybe A24 should stop writing Ari Aster blank checks.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I love that this movie has made all the right people angry. It lets you know everything, doesn't it? Puts it right there on Front Street for everybody to see. I like it. I like that this movie's exposing who people are, what people's thoughts and ideals were. So guess what? 5 years removed, we still kind of know, I think, don't we? I think we still kind of know where people sit. And the fact that we can't look back on anything in, with some hindsight, a little bit of hindsight going on. None of that ever happens. No.
This is a movie where you can absolutely tell a white man made this.
What?
There's a reason you're going to be disappointed with Eddington, but it's probably not the reason you think. Now,
what's that mean?
The alternate title for this movie is You're Being Manipulated.
Manipulation is something that he got out of that film. That's an interesting statement. Who's manipulating whom in the film, I wonder?
What?
I'm sorry, Sacco. I was just trying to become a better person.
Y'all don't want to hear my 5-minute diatribe on Bo Burnham, so we just gonna ride on, baby.
Hereditary and Eddington are tied together in the most fascinating way.
Okay. The writer and director's the same. Got him. Done. This is probably gonna suck. Let's do it.
Let me explain. The scariest part about Hereditary is the inevitability of what is going to happen to this family. They have no agency. They are not in control. They are dolls in a dollhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Paimon, the cult, everything is arranging the fate for our characters, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Right.
Fucking love how they do this in Eddington. Spoilers, by the way. The true threat, the true guiding force in Eddington has nothing to do with its main characters and everything to do with the data center that is going to be built right outside of town. Big Tech is the cult from Hereditary in Eddington. In the conclusion of this...
I mean, I remember... I'm going to need to watch the movie again because there's a couple people that are talking about like the tech company, whatever aspect that they're talking about here, this kind of flew past me, or people, or which I think is probably more likely the case, people are reading into it far more likely than they should be. So I don't know.
Big Tech hires crisis actors to pretend to be Antifa, to come in heavily militarized to assassinate.
Is that what social media did, or is that a result of social media? Okay, now I get it. Big brain.
Assassinate Joe. He never had a chance. We see the plans for the data center being built in the beginning of the film, and we see it's actually built in one of the final shots of the film. Big AI tech is Paimon.
Oh boy. Well, you know what they say, kids. Movies are open to interpretation, and everybody got their own thoughts and ideals, and God bless them.
So I finally got the time to sit down and watch Tyler Perry's Medea's Destination Wedding.
This is all I needed. This is all I needed to know that this was a TikTok that I would download to react on TikTok Trash Tuesdays.
Hey there, Tyler Perry. Why was this movie one long joke?
Because that's all Tyler Perry has access to.
It was like that one long joke that just wouldn't end. It reminded me of the Jersey Shore.
She said her all the time, and that's the joke.
That we just couldn't stop watching no matter how bad it got. I feel like a lot of his movies now when he does these Madea, he just does it because it's Madea. He is
I get that money, Charles.
Focused on being Madea so much. I think he really is Madea and he's cosplaying Tyler Perry.
That's not a bad theory. I think we ought to start this rumor. I think that should be the rumor. The costume is Tyler Perry. You may have just unlocked this, sir.
There was no storyline. There was no
in-depth storyline or characters on a Madea movie, you say?
There was no plot. Like,
that is strange because Madea movies are usually known for their deep and intricate plot. Feels like we've really fallen off over the years. That's the same. I mean, Boo Madea too.
There was no point to this movie. A lot of the jokes they were saying weren't even funny. A lot of stuff they were doing was super.
I mean, come on. It's Tyler Perry. None of the jokes are ever all that funny.
Be illegal? Like what? Tyler Perry, just count your days, man, because these movies ain't it no more. And then we got to the end of the movie, and I feel like he didn't take off the makeup. He left the.
Yeah, he's still overdone. Listen, Tyler Perry's got like a giant backlot, in Atlanta. He employs a lot of people, but if you ask anybody who's in the Atlanta business and everything, they're like, listen, I'm not saying never work for Tyler Perry. What we're saying is, if you work for Tyler Perry, do it at the very beginning, get it over with, and get the F on and get someplace else. Use that credit to move yourself on, but don't get stuck in Tyler Perry world. They say that is a death sentence. Every person in Atlanta told me that.
Dear makeup boy. That's how I know the ending was rushed. This is how I know
they only changed him from the waist up. Wouldn't that be funny?
Budget was running out, and he needed to get the hell off the island.
Boys, this charter boat goes at 4. Let's wrap.
He would have got kicked off. Because why, Tyler Perry? Why? And then in one scene, a piece of Madea wig was like stuck on his beard, and you could see it hitting the silhouette and the.
It gets caught on like a little bit of a scruff there, something like that. That'd be great.
It was just all bad. So, Mr. Tyler Perry, if you gonna keep making movies about our community, please let the movie represent something positive. Please.
Nah. That's awesome.
Tonight, we'll be reviewing A Few More Good Men, starring Jack Nicholson, with co-stars Christian Slater and William Devane.
Who loved The Critic back in the day? Man. I mean, it was just like it was like The Simpsons Part 2 in a way, It was like another kind of another graining special, if you will. And then you got Lovitz. Lovitz is a treasure, man. It just what a great show. So many of the parodies and other things like that, and it's another one of those. The more you know about movies, the more interesting the show is.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. I can handle the truth. The truth is you talk like me, you act like me. You don't have an original bone in your body. That's a...
Hey, man, I've been saying this for years. I'm so glad that somebody has finally said it, that Christian Slater has just been doing a Jack Nicholson impression for his entire career. All you got to do is just sit back and close your eyes and go like, that's a Jack Nicholson performance. Or is it?
Freaking lie.
Could the stenographer read that last part back?
What am I, a freaking minor bird? Heh.
Feh. I want to go back to the days where that's reliable as a review. Feh.
We'll also be looking at Tim Burton's latest film, The Nightmare Before Hanukkah.
Oh my Lord. See, this is awesome. The guys at The Critic were so excited for this little dummy joke that they probably didn't do it themselves. They probably farmed it out to, another company or something. But man, when they came up with this idea in the room, they were like, boys, we done did it.
Excuse me, is this Hanukkah Town?
No, it's the Vatican, and I'm Pope Shlomo. Oi.
You suck.
Next week, we'll be reviewing Tom Cruise's sequel to Interview with a Vampire entitled A Few Good Monsters.
Son, I hear music. I don't remember giving permission for a party.
Well, Dad,
Listen, right here, right now, I would watch this movie.
I did not see that coming.
The Night Bard says, I'm dropping a name here, but I've got a party Bill Dillon's house in Montana. Hey, that is pretty good. I did a report on Montana in the 7th grade. That's all I remember. Big sky country. Safe for that? Who knows?
So let's talk about how Kevin Feige just admitted that they prioritize quantity over quality when it came to the MCU films.
Okay, it's a Straw Hat Goofy video. So usually this equals bad take, but let's see what we got.
Heard Disney CEO Bob Iger say this a couple months ago, but it's kind of good to see Kevin Feige address it. And it looks like Marvel is going to be using Secret Wars as a giant reset to reboot the MCU. But what was absolutely shocking was the stat that Kevin Feige threw out when it came to the quantity over quality. He said, we produced 50 hours of stories between 2007 and 2019. That's 12 years, right? But in 6 years, they've had well over 100 hours of stories in
5 of which you've wanted to watch. Boom! Thank you very much, everybody. The quality's gone down.
just half the time. 127 to be exact, which is crazy. I don't think I need to say why quantity over quality is better when it comes to the MCU. Like, they know that clearly. We know that as an audience. But obviously, this brought up a bunch of issues.
All they got to do is keep cranking them numbers, man. That's all this was for them. They kept seeing that green, and they're like, green cashes, baby.
Breakdown of communication between crews, so everything kind of felt like it wasn't leading anywhere. It just felt like they were just doing whatever with varying degrees of success. Where I think Marvel has failed at, where a lot of movie studios has failed at, is that they fail to create events out of the movies that they are making.
Yeah, that is 100% true, is that they became essentially larger trailers for the thing that was coming. And it was always a trailer for the thing that was coming. And until we got to like Endgame and everything, there was never any kind of final stamp on stuff. It was just kind of like, oh, well, no, we're going to keep going. And then when we finished our big giant meal and the great, fancy dessert that was Endgame and everything, we finished it up. We unbuttoned our belts. We're like, woo! I am done with this one, man. That was 10 years of some fancy eating there. And they're like, you're going to eat some more. Like, no. You don't understand, man. I'm full. We've 10 years. That's a lot of food. They're like, no. You keep eating more. And then they just kept feeding us slop.
Not only is taking the time between movies beneficial for getting the best quality that you can, it creates anticipation.
What if there was like one a year, or like one every 3 years or something like that? Then when they came out, you would have a real big one for it, wouldn't you?
For the audiences who are waiting for these movies.
For example, they say there's another delay on it, so don't get your hopes up too soon. But how excited will you be when the new Spider-Verse movie comes out? Because it's been so long, hasn't it? When it comes out, you're going to be like, oh yeah, man, we left on a cliffhanger with the second one. I'm let's get into it. So, sometimes waiting can be good.
And speculating over the course of the year was just as much fun as watching the events themselves. Watching Infinity War, then having to wait 2 movies in between a whole other year was very exciting. Here, you're taking people that probably don't have that much time to spend watching something in the first place and just creating homework with the
I was about to say, it's homework, man. And frankly, that's where we got to HMP with a particular point where it was just like there's so much stuff going on, and that was hilarious when we first started the podcast. Is the thought was, oh man, we're gonna just bust through all these superhero things and we'll be just done in no time. We literally were like, let's do every other week because we really were at that point just like we're gonna just run out of stuff so quick. And then it got to the point as, the years went on and everything that we got so much stuff that we couldn't cover all of it. And then the stuff that you did end up covering, a lot of times just wasn't very good. And so if the stuff that you were covering wasn't all that good, probably a lot of the stuff that we weren't covering was probably even worse than that.
Sheer amount of content that you have. We can look at Christopher Nolan right now and the time he takes between Oppenheimer and now The Odyssey, which again sold tickets out a year before it released. And what
No Marvel movie doing that.
What Marvel has been doing lately, it doesn't matter if they have some winners in the middle of it, because at that point you're losing the faith of the audience. We saw that with Thunderbolts, where people lost faith because of Captain America: Brave New World.
Oh, listen, I did. I'm not gonna lie to you, 100%. I didn't see Thunderbolts on account of Captain America: Brave New World sucked. It really did, and I was just like, I just don't know if I can go see another Marvel film right now. And yeah, I heard if you went to see it, it was a good film. I eventually want to get it. Like, I just had the thought in my brain of like, oh, I'd like to get it on 4K and stuff. And my thought was when it goes down in price, but it's Disney, so it's not. So, and I looked on Disney Plus, it's not streaming there. So,
Thunderbolt comes out to be pretty good, but nobody wanted to see it because they thought it was going to be another Captain America. I think the same thing kind of happened with Pixar's Elio this year.
No, Elio was due to the fact that no one knew that was a movie that was coming out. Everybody's like, what? Elio? Isn't that the place I used to eat lunch at?
Year too. But luckily, it seems that we're getting right back on track, and it seems that it's going to actually lead to something, with Avengers Secret Wars actually leading to the creation of the X-Men.
Well, it's where we got to go, man. I'm surprised we ain't there yet. As much as we're doing, I'm surprised we've been treading water as long as we have with the X-Men. Fingers crossed that's a good sign, but as we've seen with things like Blade, it might not necessarily be a good sign.
So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens, and if you like talking about movies, can I be your movie guy?
First of all, no. Straw Hat, most of your takes are absolutely ass. This one, though, credit where credit is due. Good take, Straw Hat. Good take.
Okay, TikTok, riddle me this.
Riddle me this, Batman. Why do I look like a cast member of Pete and Pete? Think about it.
Riddle me this. Why is it that whenever I see a bad review for the movie, I go to the movie and I love it?
You're probably simple, but that's not true. Like I'm trying to be fun right there, but a lot of times that happens, man. It depends on what kind of movies that you're going to go see, right? And because if you're going to see, like, if you're a comedy gal, right? You like going to see comedies and stuff like that. No, there's not a whole lot of them out there these days, but when and if they do, chances are the critical reviews on comedies are not going to be good. You got to be a damn fine comedy to get high on the Rotten Tomatoes score. If you're a comedy, you got to be good. Few of those out there. So I can imagine, like, if that were the case, that you'd walk into a lot of these things and go like, oh, this is not what I was looking for here. But I think that's where the thing is like you need to find your critics, the people that you respond to and everything. And frankly, that's why we do the shows and stuff that we do, that we hope that our listeners and stuff can at least, find somebody within the podcast to kind of go like, oh, I kind of agree with this guy more. I disagree with this guy more. Or like, and I'm sure there's somebody that's just like, oh, I tend to like everything that Adam likes or whatever Sean likes. And no one likes everything that Bruce likes. That's crazy. But everybody's got their own person and everything. And I think that's what, if you get into this case where you're not quite sure, what to do, because you go like, all these reviews say this movie is great, and I go to, or this movie is bad, I go to see it and it's great, or vice versa. You need to find the ones that kind of jive with you and everything, and start searching those folks out specifically, and not looking at general, just kind of broad swaths of reviews.
And when I see a good...
Jesus Christ, Bronson. Good God, this dog farted so hard. Golly. Whoa. Man, dude, that is not cool, man. That, oh. Whew. Oh, my. You're lucky you're a cute dog. Holy jeez, dude.
Good review for a movie. I go to the movie, and it's trash. With the exception of Richard Brody. Love you, Richie.
But see, she's found somebody. She knows a reviewer, and that's what you need to do, man. Glom onto somebody that you know. I'm sure when we all watched Siskel and Ebert back in the day, you were probably more of a Siskel or Ebert guy. You had one of those dudes that you tend to go with a little bit more. I think the majority of us were probably a little bit more Ebert guys. And if you were a stuck-up twat, you were probably going over for Siskel. So I get that. I understand. But you find your guy, you kind of go with it and everything. And that's what also made that show cool, is that if you got 2 thumbs up, you knew that movie was going to be boss.
What is that? Sound off.
I just did.
If I was going to be in the new Fantastic Four movie, this is what it would sound like. I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
I like this girl. Like, this is like this, not the content I'd normally put on TikTok, but like, this is girl. There's something just adorable about her. She's got this. She's from the Great Appalachians and everything, all up in the holler. She's country as hell, but she's just adorable. She's also like a big old giant nerd and everything. But if I was a younger man, that'd be the type of lady I'd go with. She's very entertaining. She's like, she'll throw in some Hobbit references and stuff like that. She's one of them good nerds. What's next?
What's your go-to punk rock song?
Well, punk rock's my thing. So
all right, I'm curious a little bit because he's older than me. He's Gen X. So he's going to have a little bit different, my guesses. We're just going to do a little bit of quick guessing here. I'm going to guess James Gunn is going to go more like kind of proto-punk, kind of some more early stuff and everything. I don't think we're going to be hearing like the Casualties or something from him. I don't think we're going to hear much of any kind of a third wave punk, your NoFX's Pennywise, stuff like that, the shit I grew up listening to, your skate punk and stuff like that. He's not going to go for any of that, I don't think. Obviously, your easy ones like your Clash and Ramones, everybody does that. Those are simple. If you want to look like a badass, you can throw in like Dead Milkman or something like that. That makes you look cool. What are you doing, bud? I mean, stuff off the ground. That's what I'm doing.
So, Patch Rash by Jeff Rosenstock, going a little bit more old school, Bodies by the Sex.
All right. Well, listen, everybody's going to say the Sex Pistols. Overrated. I think we can all agree on that. Yes, overrated Sex Pistols. Absolutely.
But maybe the one that's the most is Going Underground by the Jam.
See what I say? What I say? Who's on it, man? Who knows? I know. I knew this is exactly how I knew this list would bang out.
That's
huge.
That's not what I would call, but that's me. I'm a different era. I'm a younger guy.
Such a Jam fan.
They're my favorite band. Recently I went through all my liked songs on Spotify. The songs I had.
And Spotify user, it tells you everything you need to know right there.
Had the most buy of any artist was Paul Weller.
Weller takes it. Did you see him live recently?
I would have loved to.
He's so good.
Yeah.
The fuck are these like transitions with these little flash frames and stuff in there showing the Superman symbol? You're like, go on, see Superman, go on, see Superman, go on, see Superman, go on, see Superman. Like, we've already seen it, bro.
He's like, he's in his 60s, 70s. Paul, and he's doing like a 2-hour set.
Watch this
Paul Weller's putting out songs
what the fuck was that?
Are as good as when he was doing the Jam. Like every year, like
Yeah,
these
do it
other
again,
guys,
watch.
for the most part, aren't putting out the same high quality music. But he's got an album coming out every year that's still as good as that early stuff.
Yeah.
I hope this makes it onto your
listen, it even made it onto my show.
I will make sure it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, listen, I still got plenty more here. Maybe we'll do some more of these here Thursday. Bronson is walking around the room. I think this dog needs to take a big old giant dump. So we're going to get the hell on out of here tonight. I've been rolling for 2 hours anyways. It's been a blast for me. So thank you guys for hanging out. We really appreciate you. And as always, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, hit the bell notification and everything, because with that, you'll know when we're going live. We'll be doing our show as per usual on Sundays, usually in the evening. Again, check the Patreon for that. We even put that up in the free feed, so you can just, even if you follow over at Patreon for free, you can do that. But at any rate, with the Patreon, even like I said, $1 on up, it gets you more stuff, and you help keep this trainer rolling, man. And again, as always, likes, subscribes, comments on all of the YouTube stuff and everything. It means so very, very much. It's so simple and stupid how like these dumb little things feed into the algorithm and, get this thing seen by more people. And to be honest, and, with you guys and everything, the amount of people more that we would have for me to just do this as a living full time is a lot less than you would imagine. So like every tiny little bit like that helps, because momentum begets more momentum and everything. And I'm going to take stuff that I'm doing from here. We're going to chop this up. We're going to put it in the social media. We're going to put it in the shorts and stuff like that. So you guys, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and doing all that stuff, it really means a whole heck of a lot to me. I appreciate you coming out into the chat and everything this evening. It's been really good. Alex said the Circle Jerks and GBH was one of the most memorable shows ever. I could imagine that. I could definitely imagine that. Is Keith Morris is this big, right? He's just a tiny little thing. I had a joke, and I wanted to do it on TikTok at some point. And Alex, you tell me if you think this is funny. I had the joke of, I wonder if Keith Morris from the Circle Jerks and Original Black Flag, I wonder if Keith Morris ever gets a call that was going to Keith Morrison. Keith, like between the two, I forget which one's which. But I think Keith Morrison is the guy that's on Dateline. That's it. Keith Morrison is on Dateline, and whichever one it is. See, I'm even confused right now. So I would wonder if they would ever get, phone calls from each other and everything. Anyways. Also, has Keith ever washed his hair? That's another question I have. But again, thank you guys for hanging out and everything. Really appreciate it. Let's see. We got Fantastic Four. Big review for the new Fantastic Four movie. I have only seen the original teaser trailer. The internet is constantly trying to, fucking ruin this movie for me. Everywhere I go, I'm swiping, and you're seeing another quick ad, and I am getting away from that thing as fast as I possibly can. I don't want to know anything more, so I'm just like, just can't wait till that gets there. So I'll be seeing that on Thursday evening. So Thursday probably afternoon. So my goal is then to come back here and do a review of that, and maybe we'll hit the last bit of these TikTok trashes on that after we do a quick review of that. How's that sound? We come back, do a little TikTok. We'll call it 5.5, because this is like a week's worth of these things, man. I've just been banging these and collecting them all the entire time. So if you got any more of those, also remember, just or any other videos or things that you want me to react to, check out the YouTube community tab. A lot of people don't realize that that's a thing that not only I can post on, but you can post on that as well. So get chats and other little things. If any little bull crap that you find is on there, just put that up in the community chat and let that thing start going. I'm sure that'll again help this all reach out to more people and stuff like that. All right, everybody, thank you guys so much for hanging out and kicking about here with me. I gotta go walk this here dog, and we'll see you on Thursday for what do we call it? The Adios, good tacos.